Welcome to Zim's Beer Review, a YouTube and podcast production presented by Anchor.fm. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Zim's Beer Review. I'm your host, Garrett Zimmer. Thanks for tuning in for another episode. We have another beer from Hop Valley Brewing. If you listened to the last episode with Cryostash, you heard me mention it. I have a little funny story with it. And I said one of my best friends, this is one of his favorite beers. So I thought we might as well just bring him in. So, hey, he's back.
It's me again. Yes.
This is obviously Jason Shaver. He's from our Mystery Brew reviews. If you watched our previous episode, he did Mystery Brew review with us. We did a couple beers on there, so if you're interested, go check that one out. But I had to go ahead and do the Citrus Mistress while he was here.
Which I'm so happy about, by the way.
Yes.
We don't get these beers here, and I moved here, 7 months ago now?
Yeah, something like that.
So I've been without my Hop Valley. But yeah, we had a care package. This is one of them. And this is like Christmas, guys. Like, honestly, I don't want to sound like an alcoholic when I say this, but
you love it.
Man, I love it. Like, it's just such a good beer.
This is the Citrus Mistress. If you listen to the Cryostash review, I mentioned the Citrus Mistress, and I talked about how I've had this beer before, but it has literally probably been a decade. So this beer was one of the very, very first beers I ever bought when I turned 21.
Look at you.
Yeah.
But you didn't like it at first,
no,
right?
I think I dumped it down the drain.
That is such a sin. I can't even describe that.
I know, but I didn't know.
You didn't know what you were missing.
I went from turning 21 and like, oh my God, I can try some beers. I can go buy anything I want. And I went straight to what I remember as a pretty potent IPA.
Yes.
Maybe it's not, and that's how I'm remembering it. So it'll be a fun review to do again.
What were we drinking then? Before the craft world
Coors Light.
entered. Coors Light.
Coors Light.
Man, Coors Light. There's some Bud Light in there.
Right, so you go from Coors Light, and you're like, I'm going to try Citrus Mistress IPA.
It's a bad move. You got to work your way up. You can't just jump to the top level here. This is like the boss at the end of a video game that you have to.
The Mistress.
The Mistress.
Yeah. So I've had this, but for the purposes of this review, I've probably never actually had. Like, I knew of this beer, and I remember buying this beer. It's kind of like a memory that I have. I had no idea this was grapefruit until I got the bottle again recently and read it and was like, oh wow.
Yep. It says India Pale Ale brewed with grapefruit peel, and on the label there, you can see on this bottle a little bit. It's also the can in the corner. It has like a grapefruit just shining behind the hop here on the label. Like a cross
section through it.
Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this open, I think.
Yeah. What are you going to use to open it?
Oh my gosh. Good thing you asked. I'm going to use, doing some tricks here, a bottle opener that, of course, I made by Shaverwood.
If you're interested, there's a link in the description to buy one.
I have none made right now, so there's a waiting list. But I gave this to him, I don't know how long ago now. Was it like a Christmas gift, birthday gift?
Years ago.
Yeah.
Probably 3 to 4 years ago.
Still works like a charm.
Yeah, works. This is the coolest part. Whoop. See, we almost dropped it, but it didn't fall. It has a little magnet on there to hold your beer cap after you open it up.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
So you don't litter in public.
Yes, you litter in private.
Yes.
Don't litter in private.
Very weird lessons we're teaching here.
So I'm like very excited. Because you're excited because you love the beer.
I'm excited. I love this beer. It's been a while since I've had it, but for you, it's been
literally probably a decade.
Funny story about this beer for me. I used to buy it in Eugene, where this brewery is from. And where's your glass at?
Right here.
And I used to buy it from a Walgreens. And I noticed that they had 16-ounce 6-packs of this stuff. And I was like...
in cans? I assume?
It was in cans. And it said it was only $9.99. And I was like, wait a minute. That is a steal.
What is it normally? Like, what's a 6-pack of 16-ounce cans generally?
Let me tell you this. Moral of the story. I went there, and they messed up everything about the labeling, the tagging. So basically, it was like $10 for 6 of those 16-ounce cans. But on the label, it said, oh, these are 12-ounce cans. I'm like, mislabeled.
Highway robbery.
Yes. I went to the register, and it rang up as $9.
Oh, really?
Not even 10. So it was even cheaper than it was, and it was for more beer.
So you bought them all out.
Pretty much. There was a small community of people that knew of this secret,
Ooh.
and I ran into one in line.
And you'd see him with your eyes.
We gave each other the look.
You knew.
We're like, mm-hmm. And he said, I stopped telling my friends about this
really?
because they kept getting sold out. Yeah, exactly. Okay, enough about that little anecdote.
It smells hoppy.
Well, it is.
And I don't know the
Made
alcohol
with
content
hops.
on this, actually.
Made with hops. Okay, well then if you don't know, let's not look at
Let's
it.
not look.
Kind of give you.
We'll look when we go to the website.
There we go. That'd be a nice little.
It's very, I'd say, orangey gold in color.
I almost feel like
Much more than the previous ones we've had.
maybe if I put a light behind this.
Yeah, we'll give it a try.
Whoa. That is pure platinum. That did not work like
It's
I thought
like,
it would.
there's kind of a good picture.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's
It's very orangey gold.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say it's filtered, but it's not super clear. I mean, you can
still see shadows behind it. Okay.
the Mistress.
The Mistress.
So this is the beer that Hop Valley Brewing has said to me that they call this the lady that brought them to the dance. Is what they refer to this as.
Memories.
Must be one of their first beers, I assume.
I think that's what the phrase entails. But also, I think it was just like when people maybe took them seriously because they are still pretty small. Relatively. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I've been.
This is maybe the beer that broke them through a little bit.
To the other side, the doors.
Break
Jim
on
Morrison.
through. Okay.
So let's try it. Stink it and drink it.
Man. So I've came a long way in 10 years because
How did you ever pour this down a drain?
I don't know if it actually went down the drain, but I will say I didn't drink
That's
it.
where your heart wanted it. Yeah.
I wanted to like it so bad. My palate was just not ready.
I wasn't ready.
It wasn't ready. It wasn't though.
Man, it's so good though. We only have one bottle. I poured
It
myself
is-
a little bit more than you.
I know,
Sorry about that.
That's right. It is like I do taste like a grapefruity tang bitterness
Like the back
to it.
end.
Yeah.
The back end it hangs there, but it's not like this tart.
Right.
Like great. Like I don't enjoy grapefruits. Really.
No.
I'm not gonna lie. Ruby red grapefruit. As far as I go.
Right.
Okay? When it comes to this is tops.
Yeah.
This is top drawer of grapefruits, and it's made in IPA form.
It's very good. It's very crisp, smooth,
Oh, very smooth, very crisp. The drinkability.
extremely flavorful. I'd say this. I mean, you get the hop flavor from it, but it is not like your standard IPA.
I could drink this all day long.
Mm-hmm. This has more of a grapefruit. I mean, I don't know if I would have guessed grapefruit, but because we see it on the bottle, it makes you realize what it is.
No mystery today.
Right. It makes you really realize, like, oh, that's that flavor. And it's not a flavor you get in an IPA very often.
Not that I know of. And fruit flavors in themselves, I know is really you really enjoy.
I
that.
enjoy them.
Yes. For me, I've only really enjoyed before this maybe some sour beers that had some huckleberry or whatever else there is when it comes to fruits in sour beers.
You know fruits.
But, sour beers, I really dig them. And other than that, I never really ventured off into like IPA with any fruit like remnants. This one, though, once it hit my lips,
it was so good.
it was so good.
No, it does have like your standard IPA. It's got that hop flavor to it. It has that bite that a hop has and a lot of aromatics and flavor, but it has like a flavor that I would say is grapefruit-esque that you don't normally get
And
with
it
an
doesn't
IPA.
overpower it. That's
No.
the main thing.
Nope.
I've had flavors that overpower the beer. Like, okay, yeah, I get why it's named this, but do I want to just keep drinking this flavor?
Right.
This one is just a straight-up hardcore beer.
It's a good beer.
Super delicious. What do you think ABV is?
Oh, I would guess. Do you know?
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, of course. I'll know when I see it. I'm going to say like 5.8. No?
Nah, bro. I think it's actually in the Sixers.
Okay. Well, to find out,
Let's
we're
check
going to
this
go
out.
to the website preview. Oh, there we go. Okay. So here is the Hop Valley Brewing website here. We can click on beers, and we'll dive right in to see what they have. Okay. We'll move some stuff here.
I'm going to do like a Vanna White, it's kind of pointing up
Oh,
towards the green screen.
There you go.
There
Look,
it is.
as you can see.
Yes.
As you can see.
As you can see, yeah.
So here's some of their other beers.
Man.
Okay. The Citrus Mistress IPA right here. It is 6.5.
If I was going to guess.
So this is 80 IBUs. I do get the bitterness
to it, yeah.
of it. And I think that comes from a little bit of the grapefruit, but they almost hide the bitterness within the grapefruit flavor because you taste grapefruit and you expect it to be bitter.
You know, I never thought about that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
So then not that a bitter IPA is bad. I like bitter IPAs, but you taste it and you realize it's bitter, but you don't attribute it to the IPA as much as the flavor of it being grapefruit, I say. Maybe?
I understand.
You do?
I do. 100%. 6.5, we have the... Let's see, what was that?
The Citrus Mistress.
First of all, let's just say this right now. Their website is...
One of the best websites.
I mean, in the land of beer, yes.
Yes. Right.
They're doing awesome. I think they do have their own little podcast stuff going on. I have not dove into it yet, but it seems like it's some super cool guys.
Yeah. So they have, if you look on their website, they have the Brewmaster's Couch. I mentioned one of these on a previous episode. I think it was the Bubble Stash. They go over the Brewmaster's Couch. There's a few beers that you can click on. Alphadelic, Citrus Mistress, Divine Shine, which was actually in our mystery brew review from a few days ago.
Spoiler.
And the Bubble Stash. So if you're interested, I'm not going to play it here, but if you're interested, you can click on the Citrus Mistress. And they have a little video from the brewmasters themselves explaining the beer and how they got to this final product, which is pretty cool.
I'm just overall impressed with their marketing team, their, obviously the website they have going on, but just their beers in general. Mm-hmm. There's not many breweries I could say that I enjoy like 90% or more of their beers. You know,
I agree.
There's always some really good, like another favorite, Deschutes. I almost brought that for a mystery brew with you. Love them. Still a couple beers I'm not too fond of. That happens, of course.
There's a few, even I'd say Blacktooth Brewing here in Wyoming is one of my favorite breweries. They make a ton of good stuff, but again, there's still those beers that you're like, that's just not my favorite. Not because it's bad, it's just...
It's usually in a variety pack.
Yeah, it's not your... I don't know.
Cup of tea.
Exactly.
Yeah, but Hop Valley has always been good to me.
I agree. I haven't had a bad one yet, except 10 years ago with this one. But now it's been redeemed.
Same beer 10 years ago, not that good. Now, super good.
I really enjoy this beer.
I literally missed this beer.
If you like IPAs, this is a go-to, must-try. Please find it.
You gotta.
If you're familiar with their Stash series that we did, with the Bubble Stash and all those, they all use the cryo hops. So they're able to get the higher ABVs like this, but it pulls the bitterness out. This beer leaves the bitterness in and just like...
It tastes exactly like a 6.5.
It puts the bitterness on a pedestal.
Even though some of us thought it was 5.5.
I said 5.8.
Okay. Okay. It's already gone.
I drank mine.
Just like that. It's already gone.
I love this. Well, anyways, thank you, everybody. We'll be back, probably, with another episode.
You will be. Whether you want me back or not. We'll see how it is.
I guess we'll let you decide.
Write in the comments. Should he ban me from his house
Should he be done or should he return? Anyways, thank you, everybody. As always, please click the like and subscribe button down below. It helps us out a lot. And as always, have a beer.
Have a beer.